Hello. With with all the posts of the recent days, I really didn't expect to be posting again today. In fact, I went for a walk earlier, and it was like the situation would have otherwise. I would have. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad. You know, I'm always in a bad place by now, and this time I'm just trying to get my words out. I went for a walk earlier, and because I needed some air, but I was finding things hard, and I would have ordinarily just picked up this phone and bothered you all, but it was the furthest thing that I could. It was the furthest thing that I would have wanted to have done in that moment. So I really didn't expect to be doing this now, but I've just realised with everything I was going through and being able to look back on it, the feeling and the want is to communicate with somebody, to pick up a phone and call somebody and have a chat, and I don't know, have a friend listen, have a therapist listen. I really don't know. I've never really been one to see how expressing helps, but at the moment it's a case of my life has created an unnatural situation, and I hope you can follow me because I can hear the whininess, and I can hear my complaints, and I can. So I hope you can follow. If you can't, that's understandable, but I'm going to continue nonetheless. What's been created for me is very unnatural. It's beyond what is acceptable for a human being to experience, far beyond. So it's a very unnatural place, and for that reason I'm not going to try to hold on and not express, because that's the feeling, the want in the moment, to breathe, because it's livable. If I'm honest, what I'm going to express to you is livable. I've lived there for a long time, and I can live there again. But what my mental health is doing at present is really mixing things up for me, and it's not really letting me connect to my true emotions. So I say my mental health, this external consciousness that I believe has good intention, and I apologise for the whininess in my voice. So this external consciousness that has good intention, but is willing to beat the living shit out of me nonetheless, is I believe ultimately whatever it's doing is for my healing, or for you all, however much I can't comprehend either. And I just want to give you how I'm looking at the situation. And what it's doing at the present is really not letting me connect to my true emotional state, my true mental state, physical state, it's really managed to disconnect me from myself. And I've learned to I've learned for the need to give my absolute in trying to connect to my true physical, emotional, mental state. And only when it gets too much and I get too tired do I have to let go to whatever it wants me to experience. And at present, I'm letting go and experiencing whatever it wants me to experience, and that is a state of lightness on the whole. And mixed in with a bit of autism, so it's a case of autism is very like childlike in a way. It's like my mind goes, it's like any thought of sex or adult activities really disappears, and it's like a childlike state, and you can't do much but stay shut and to a lot of adult themed conversations. And if you can, it's it's not too difficult for myself, but I can imagine it's almost impossible for most autistics to snap out of that place. But nonetheless, it's not a healthy place, but it allows me to get on with activities without necessarily connecting to different pains, life pains. So what I was trying to get at is that's what it wants me to experience. And but it's totally removed from where I truly am. What it seems to be doing, I think I mentioned this in a previous video about, I don't know if I did, so I'll just talk through it again very quickly. The place where I was just mentioning before about where I truly am is a very cold place. There's to be able to live there, you can't really cling to anything. You have to be very adaptable to the situation, as well as giving a little bit of fight to the situation, and finding the balance of where to fight and where to let go of attachment, so to speak. It's a very cold place, and it's livable. I'm sure a lot of people that go through hardships in life, I mean, for myself, when I imagine it, it's like people on the breadline, without they're constantly working, constantly worrying, and as a result of their position in the world, not having accessibility to access funds, etc., and having to work and be there for their families, blah blah blah, don't have enough social life to balance anything out. I can imagine it's very similar. And it's a cold place. You have to really get into your body and really feel through your nervous system, and I don't know. I mean, I can imagine a lot of people manage it a lot better and a lot more balanced, actually. Though I guess this has highlighted something. I can't fathom why I would approach that situation and I would experience utter coldness. And I would do my best to hold it in my physical body. As I just stated, it's like really connecting to your body and holding the tension within your body. And there's others that would possibly be quite light-hearted about it and would almost, it must be their aloneness, because if you're alone, there's only so much you can really do to keep positive. And where I state people on the breadline, they must still have some sort of social life, whether it be at work, whether it be with family, and regular contact. So that hasn't been there for me, and that's possibly the difference. That's possibly the difference, and as a result, it's a very cold place. So there you go. I've painted a picture of circumstance, and what my mental health is doing, what this external consciousness is doing to me at present, is taking me from this light-hearted la 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 state, almost autistic, where you don't really feel pain, and you're a kid and you're a childlike. This is how I perceive it, very simplistically. It's taking me there, and it's plunging me into reality very quickly, and the the suffocation, because when you hold it in your body, you must hold it in your lungs too, and that's probably where a little bit of attitude towards life comes from. This is just me coming up with ideas of the situation, because when you're not having someone really fucking with your head, pardon my language, when you're not having a mental health disorder or an external consciousness, as I call it, doing this to you, you would undoubtedly, there wouldn't be any way you wouldn't have attitude towards people. There wouldn't be any way I would be able to speak like this to you. I wouldn't waste my energy in any way. I wouldn't waste it with swear words or anger. It would be very cold, simplistic, to the point. Essentially, our interaction would be one of need, absolute need, because I stated in a previous video, if I had the power within my own life, I'd just leave you all alone. I would have done it a million times by now. And I'd never spoken to another soul again if I had my choice. And unfortunately, I'm in a place where I've been forced to come back to humanity and forced to interact with you all. And in that place, it's absolute need. So I am totally cold, totally heartless to everybody. And where I interact with you is absolute need. You know, if I can do something myself, I would do it myself rather than speak with you, unless life presents me with a situation whereby this is where you take energy and what what life is asking of you into balance. So if you haven't got the energy to do something yourself, in that moment you would communicate with another individual, but you're not doing it for happiness, you're not doing it for socializing, you're doing it for necessity and survival. And that's where I am mentally, emotionally and physically. Well, what you've seen of me communicating with you all elsewise over these videos is the result of this external consciousness, and possibly a healing process. But I've learnt to, as I've stated in a previous video, despite that place, be able to stand there and joke and laugh and be disconnected from myself enough to understand survival with life and with a very, very severe mental health disorder. And this is why you see what you see, and you might get confused in my expression where I can seem happy and joking and laughing, and not that that's been too evident like just now. But really and truly, there's no way I would have put myself out on these videos. But it's a very strange course of events that's taken me to get to this place, to see that this is the only option available to me. And yeah, that's another little bit of info about the weird and wonderful place that is my mind. But what my mental health is doing at the present is plunging me from one to the other. And the coldness is and the suffocation is really painful, I think is the right word. Really painful to accept. It's a big shock to the mind and the body. And I honestly believe it's got the ability to kill me. If it really did do it quick enough, it would kill me. I don't understand how I could be conscious, because it's looking at it from where I'm all light at present. As much as I know I can live there again, because I've just been there a short while ago and I have a faint memory of it. Looking at it from where I am, I can't really comprehend it in its entirety. It's like and it's like I'm trying to figure out how I can paint a picture for this absolute crazy situation for you. It's like I'm carrying this coldness and this pain with me all the time, and I know that it's there. That's who I am. And it's me in watery bubbles that I drag about with me, that are very heavy. And because I'm disconnected from my body, I don't really feel the weight and the pain as I should. And I can carry on with life on a mental level somehow. And it's light. And I think it's got to do with speed, you know. I think when you're light, it's an impossibility really to go slow enough. I mean, you can try and go slow, but the boredom will get to you. The what are you doing will get to you, sort of thing. And there's a minimum speed you have to maintain. But within the weight and the pain, if once connected to it, it demands a different speed to life. Because as I said, if you hold it within your physical body and your nervous system, and which it requires, there's no way to get away from it. It's a whole different speed. It's like you need to engage all your muscles, all your nerves, and with such a weight, when you're carrying such a weight, you can only go so fast. So I think that's where the shock comes from, the speed change because when you're light, when you're light, the slowness is will suffocate you. And when you're slow and you're carrying all the weight, the speed will make you pass out. That is a absolute honest perception of the situation. I can't see that happening any other way. One way it will suffocate, another way it will make you pass out. So one way is like too little oxygen all of a sudden. Another way is and that's where I am. This is why I really do kick up a big fuss about my nervous system, because it really was around the turn of the year since this disconnection happened, and this is the first time I've verbalized it in any way to myself, so I can really assess the situation and see it clearly. But this is why I place so much importance on it, because it's life or death. It really is life or death. I'm almost certain I wouldn't. I'm almost certain it wouldn't, because there have been many opportunities over the year. But I'm almost certain this external consciousness wouldn't take advantage of this ability to kill me at any second. But nonetheless, I'm constantly aware of it. It's the first time I've been able to verbalize it, but I think this is where the panic around my nervous system has come from. On a subconscious level, I knew it had the power to, I must have known it had the power to kill or at least do severe damage. And I'm essentially resting in another consciousness that beats the shit out of me and has caused me hell for the last 10 years. So there's no reassurance to life. It's really weird how speaking through something, verbalizing it, painting a picture from something I just knew helps. And I'm pretty sure what my spirituality and psychosis have shown me is this might not be just me going through this. The likelihood is there's many others out there, likelihood you and you and you, that are all going through this. I believe you all have an idea of what's going on, but I don't. And all I know is that my nervous system is fucked to the extent that it can kill me. And I guess I'm putting this out there and I'm asking the question. I don't expect a comment, but I'm asking the question to the part of you that knows what's going on. Did you know that it has the ability to kill you? Or maybe it's just because I've lived my life to extremes a little more. So maybe you don't need to have the same concern I do. That's everything I hope for from this video. It was to express what I experienced earlier. I shall end it now.